All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Another beautiful Saturday morning. I'm your host, Dwayne Watts. Over here is Curse. Down in the corner, this day is what KP on the right side of mine. And then always, Cam in the cut. And this is the Connect. Good morning. So, ladies,
Good morning.
we didn't film last week, did we?
No.
No. It was Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Y'all enjoyed y'all weekend? Y'all chilled out? Did y'all grill,
I
barbecue,
did.
anything?
No, I ain't do all that, but it was nice. I love 3-day weekends, so it's always dope.
Okay. You, KP?
Yeah, I'm home in the 216, the land, believe land, you feel me?
Yeah.
And my dad, he did, go down the grill. I haven't had grill food all summer. That's literally what I've wanted. So I had the macaroni, the baked beans. Ooh, we had like the turkey little sausages because my parents really don't eat beef and pork. But the turkey sausages, chicken, it was going.
Okay.
More of the story. But yeah, like Chris was saying, like I love 3-day weekends. Very relaxing. To a very tough week that I just had. So yeah.
Oh, okay. True. Yeah, it's pretty dope on my end too. Remember that show I was telling y'all about?
Yes.
That I was doing for my
wait, what show again? Plug it.
My comedy album recording.
Yes.
For my.
But you didn't send the link for?
Yeah,
he sent the link.
Did send the link for.
He sent the link. He put it on Instagram.
It's in the link for our Instagram on our all big link that we all put together for your funny videos. It's in that one. But it doesn't matter now. It's sold out. It's sold out. I've been put it in there, but it's sold out. We'll look at it there. Thank you. Boom.
It was there. I saw it.
Week and a half. Sold out.
You did.
Both shows. 7 o'clock and 10 o'clock. So I'm kind of riding me a wave right now.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me a special guest pass?
I'm trying to shake something because where we doing it at. Phase 3 is happening, but I don't know if I even want to let other people in there because we already got it 6 feet apart.
Social distance.
So I don't want to be greedy and risk people's health. They're already risking it coming out to see it. So I'm just like
just one or two, so I can invite somebody.
Don't even worry about it. I got you. I'll let you know something. Just tell me which time. We'll go. Now, let me get my shoulders out because old man stuff sitting in right now. Feel like I'm having a versus with nature.
It's the weather. It's the rain. It's the weather.
That's what it is.
The weather.
That's exactly what it is.
This, yeah, I do. I'm looking at my window now. It is raining. I need a soundtrack. Curse, give me some soundtrack music to go with this rain that we got.
That was a good segue. I like that. You're getting better and better. I'm telling you, better and better. So the versus battles are getting really, really good. 2 weeks ago, we had Brandy versus Monica, which was huge. It was huge. Everybody was surprised. They surpassed 1 million viewers on the live.
Right.
I think that's the most they've ever had for any of them. That's all of them. It's crazy. And 2 women did that. They broke up the sausage fest. Yay. And they got the highest views with it. So I thought it was great. I mean, just to see, I grew up listening to both of those artists. And Brandy is my fave though. Sorry, Moesha. Have you ever Black Cinderella? She's my fave. So I was hoping that they would sing more. So I'm kind of mad that they didn't actually be on the microphone and sing. And I even saw Snoop Dogg in the comments. He's like, so nobody's gonna put the mic to their mouth though. Nobody's gonna sing anything. And they just didn't. But it was still nice to see, fun to see. It was good to see them two together because there's kind of been a little bit of shade throughout the years. But it's nice that they can kind of come together and do something. And it's big for their brands. Doing a versus battle, it just ups people's streams. It's good for promotion. Getting back out there.
Because Monica threw out a banger. Her little baby, that joke was a slap. I was like, that was smart. Whoever's on her team that just said, hey, play this while we got 1.2 million people listening. And it slapped. I was like, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm looking for this single. I'm looking forward to it to actually drop because it was like that. And I think it did drop. So who you think you thought Brandy won it?
I thought Brandy won. I just like Brandy. I'm a Brandy fan. So to me, Brandy's always going to win.
Now, let me ask this. KP, did you actually sit through this one? Because you do have...
I sat through this one. Actually, there was a lot of bangers that I didn't even know that Monica was the artist behind. So I thought that was dope. So also it's like, why not just sit through it? And I was vibing out. This is one of the first ones, the only one actually, that I just vibed out to, sat through. But I definitely feel like Monica won. And I also like Brandy. Like I grew up with, not really grew up with Moesha, but low key, like maybe kind of snuck watch that a little bit, but not really. And Black Cinderella, but I think Monica took it home. Like I said, there was a lot of songs that I didn't even know that she was the artist behind. So I think that's also like really dope to see her influence that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I kind of agree with you on that too. I had Monica. I did have Monica win it, but what I will say is Brandy definitely didn't come to like I forgot she had a lot in her bag. It was so many she pulled out. And be honest with you, Monica only won by like this much, in my opinion. If she would have been cleared to play that Moesha song, for the theme song, if she would have been able to play that theme song, it would have been a wrap for me. Brandy would have took that. If I would have heard most of the each of them.
But she did bring out her Moesha notebook though. She had the Moesha notebook. She
had
her little journal.
Like 6 songs, didn't she?
She definitely brought out her Moesha journal. Definitely.
Yeah.
She did, man.
But it was so dope. And you know,
it was a classic.
Yeah, this week coming, we have this Sunday, I think it's at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. We have, I don't know how they pull this off. Patti LaBelle versus Gladys Knight. And this is about to be, I think they might get close to 1 million on this. If we can get like people's mothers and their grandmas on.
Oh no, this is getting 1 million. This is getting 1 million.
On like Instagram for IGTV, along with the millennials and beyond, like this could break versus.
This is gonna be I can't wait to see them because they old school with it. So
yes, and you know they're gonna sing. You know they're gonna sing.
And Patty's singing. No, yes. They're both singing.
Yes, they're not going to sit there and not do anything. They're going to sing, and I am ready for it.
They're going to sing. They're going to throw a little shade here and there, but they're going to be in each other's face, talk about, but I love you, though, girl. I can't wait to see that. I just can't.
I know. I hope they reminisce, tell some stories.
You think they're going to be in the same room?
Say that again?
You think they're going to be in the same room?
I do. I think so because they're doing it at the, I think they're doing it at the Fillmore in Philly, or it's some club in Philly that they're doing it at. So I feel like they're going to be on the same stage, maybe 6 feet apart. Maybe they're testing them before they even get on stage. They may all be tested before they get on stage, which I'm thinking they're doing. So I think they'll be on the same stage. I do.
Yeah, okay, cool, man. I'm like I said, to me, I'm looking forward to it. Chicken and waffles versus the sweet potato pies. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
I don't know if y'all remember Gladys Knight had the chicken and waffle spot.
Yes,
that's why that kind of went over my head. I know about the sweet potato pie.
Yeah, Gladys Knight used to have a little Gladys Knight chicken and waffles. And it used to be at the Boulevard too, when the Boulevard first opened up a long time ago. But that's neither here nor there for the non-regional people. Y'all just gotta understand what I'm talking about. But moving forward.
Wait, what time is it at?
I think it's at 8:00.
And Miss Knight.
I think it's at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday.
Yeah, they already staying up late anyway. So it's just like, yeah, I see that. I think they're gonna stay up. I think that show gonna go for like 2-3 hours just because of how big their catalog is.
Yeah,
so
if they get to singing and talking, it could go to 11 o'clock, I think. Honestly. So
that's past my bedtime.
Yeah. So I think it'll be about 8 o'clock when that show starts, and that's gonna be a nice back and forth. I can't wait for that. No other songs, to be honest with you, nothing else came out that I know of. So this is pretty bit I guess a slow week for the music scene, man. Everything else popped off last week, and like I said, Versus and everything else is taking over. What's going on in Capitol Hill, KP?
Yeah, so starting on Monday, the House is coming back from their August recess. So one of the big things that people would like to see from the members of Congress, well, not members of Congress, but from House leadership and Senate leadership and the White House to come up with a deal in regards to the next COVID package. A lot of people keep asking, I'm seeing a lot of tweets about stimulus package, unemployment, housing moratoriums, things of that nature. So hopefully they can get a finalized deal on that in the coming weeks, because members of Congress, House leadership, all of them, they leave for October recess. So that's when they go back to their districts or their cities where they're representing, and they campaign for the November election, which is in 51 days. So not only are there members of Congress and some Senate up for re-election in November, it's the presidential election. 51 days away. So a lot of people have questions in regards to the mail-in ballot, if there's in-person voting, things of that nature. So a good website to go on is vote.org, in which they divided up by states and who has, in-person voting. I know that there are quite a few states that for the mail-in voting, the mail voting, is that it's automatically going to come to your house if you are a registered voter. Then there's also like the absentee ballot, where you don't have to have an excuse why you need an absentee ballot as well. So there are a few options in regards to selection. It is very, very vital that everybody exercise their right to vote, because you do have a voice in this democracy, and we want to ensure that that shows in November. And yeah, that's basically all that I have in regards to, 51 days until the presidential election. So, and also ensure that you're voting for people local, state as well. There's quite a few people up for re-election.
Okay. Now with that 51 days, right? Maybe it's me and maybe it's just the media that I'm watching, because I'm starting to see a lot, but for me, it's starting to look like a desperate dash, at least on the Republican side of it, to make it seem like they fulfilled the promises that they kept. If y'all haven't noticed it, I've been paying attention to it personally. I'm starting to, like, for example, I don't know who else has kids on here outside of myself, but Larry Hogan, my governor from Maryland, he's Republican, and actually he's been like one of my favorites. Like, I know for a fact that besides this one decision that he just made that I'm about to talk about, like I've been with him. Like, he hasn't done any wrong in my eyes up until this particular point. But he was so steadfast on just letting science make the decisions as far as the corona going down. Out of nowhere, he just approved of everybody, all schools opening back up in the physical form. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what made him do that? Like, why did he move? Why did he budge on this? I don't know if does it feel like that, or not even feel like, but to me, I noticed in their last few election cycles, no matter how the Republican Party may disagree within itself, they always find a way to just stick together. And I'm thinking I'm starting to witness that right now with that, and why Larry Hogan just decided to go ahead and say, nah, open up schools. And now everybody looking crazy, because you got some counties in Maryland right now that's like going to school and doing what they want. And then my counties and where I'm at, we like, nah, we're not doing that. And a lot of us parents don't want our kids in the same thing. And this virtual learning is starting to expose a lot of other stuff too that I'm starting to notice about how the educational system is being done, just from what I see dealing with my son's school. So it's weird. I'm starting to see that. So do y'all feel like, or at least KP, do you feel like you see that happening as well? And why?
Yeah, definitely. In regards to the Republican Party, you do see that they, at the end of the day, stick together. That's something similar to Ohio, Governor DeWine, which people pretty much respect him. People respected Kasich, excuse me, just like there's something in my throat. Okay, good, we're good now. Kasich as well. So in the beginning of COVID, DeWine was restrictions, you guys can't go out, restaurants are closed, things of that nature. And then when President Trump, he was like, you guys are being weak, like you guys need to reopen the states and reopen the economy. DeWine reopened everything in Cleveland, well, not Cleveland, but Ohio as a whole. And we start to see a upward tick in regards to COVID cases, when originally he was like one of the forefront leaders of ensuring that the constituency of Ohio was safe. So like you said, at the end of the day, they do stick together and they don't usually use the right judgment. So it is kind of scary to see, because even right now, like I'm in Cleveland and everything is open. So it's definitely kind of scary, because we're looking at the second wave that's going to happen. And it's like, okay, people need to start using, our leaders need to start using their right judgment, morals, common sense, because like people are truly getting affected. People are dying, like there's still an upward tick. It hasn't become stagnant. And we're probably one of the few countries that are still facing this. In regards to just a high number of people dying, people getting affected, things of that nature. So it's actually kind of embarrassing just to the world, that we're supposed to be like this powerhouse, you know, the leader of the world, and we're still struggling with this issue. Where I see like things on Twitter where at the UK they went back to having concerts and things of that nature, and like South Africa. So I'm just like, cool. So we just definitely need to get it together and ensure that our elected leaders, you know, reflect truly of what we need in a midst of a crisis.
But is that a sign to me, right, of just how I guess the government reacting to everything? Is that a sign to me of just like how much capitalism really does, like, I guess the money really does forces the hand on government to really move either for the people or to me how what they're doing against the people. Like, forget your health, we have to make some money. I mean, that's how I feel. Do you feel like that, Curse? Because I feel.
I mean, yeah, but we could do a whole deep dive into that. I mean, that's just as American as apple pie. Like, it comes down to the money. Economics comes down. Like, who cares about humanitarianism, or people, or the impoverished? Who cares? Like, as long as America's making money, like, none of that matters. I mean,
But the
that's been
thing is,
happening
the
for
third
hundreds of years.
world countries are even on top of it, and their numbers have lowered up to where they can start open. Like, I just see it right now that us trying to force the issue and not get better will leave us vulnerable to other countries and everything else to actually either get to our level or surpass it. 'Cause, I mean, I'm telling you, China, and just right here, neck and neck, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I
So
think they're ahead of us.
Yeah, it comes down to effective leadership. Like, we don't have effective leadership from the highest level in this country. So if you don't have effective leadership at the highest level, everything is just going to trickle and it's just going to fall. Like, and that's just what you're seeing. I mean, this we have to have, and this is why the election is so important in November. We need new leadership who actually listens to science, actually uses common sense, actually takes advice from people who actually have studied, you know, viruses and all of that type of stuff, like Dr. Fauci, and doesn't try to discredit him and people who've been doing this work for 30, 40 years. I mean, it just, everybody thinks they know more than the actual doctors and scientists. Like, it's just like, it's mind blowing. It really is. And then you want to make it harder for our foreign brothers and sisters to get educated in the United States, when a lot of them are the ones leading this science and new medical evidence regarding viruses and stuff like this. Like, it is like, that's the type of stuff that just increases the problems. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah. But I also, like, for me, I just have hope in our nation. I just know that people do want to see change. And I definitely have a hope that people are going to come, you know, and vote in high voting turnouts in November. So hopefully, like you said, we could see, you know, better leadership at the top, because it truly does trickle down. So just to ensure that, like, we can see that our democracy still works and that people are going to represent, like, our best interests at heart.
Look, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. We, like you said earlier, we 51 days out. 51 days
51 days out.
51 days out. You see what's happening, okay? You see what's happening. If this is great, effective leadership for y'all, then, like, you know, keep the status quo what it is. But if you do want to see some change, then make the change happen. Don't complain about nothing unless you voiced your opinion in that voters booth by mail-in, or, you know, actually going to physically go, which right now, I can honestly sit there and say that other campaigns, the Republican parties, they are really, like, going in on this mail voter fraud and this everything else, on what could happen, and the stats do not support it at all. And the cut, let me know if you can find some statistics on actual voter fraud throughout the country, and how tremendous it actually affects a campaign, if you look it up while we talk about it. But yeah, like, they're really starting to do that, and I don't think, and they're being bold about it. They're being very out loud, like talking about I know in Georgia, if I'm correct, they just did something where they was taking the drop-off ballots just completely out. They was taking the drop-off boxes away, like taking them off the street, period, and like making everything like come inside and go do it, go in and do the physical voting. And you looking at the suburbs of they're doing it in different I guess the driving range between each spot is an hour or some crazy. It's crazy on how they suppressing the vote, and they doing it like in boldface, and it's just shocking to me on how no one's really saying anything else about it. They just making a claim that it could happen, and then boom, be taking them away, and no one's saying nothing. So I don't know. I hope at some point, we all get it together and make some good choices on that. What else? I noticed we've been talking about Trump and the Republican Party a lot on this show, and we not biased. We're not going, it's either or, but when it comes to our opinions, it's either or. Whoever mess up, we'll talk about it. But it just seems like Trump and them just keep messing up, and it just happened. Another WTF moment right here. Another what the F. President Trump allowed Bob Woodward to basically do interviews. He did 18 interviews, and Bob Woodward told him that these interviews were going to be recorded, and he was fine with it. Mm-hmm. Trump, there was no staff around him, so Trump got to talk and got to say whatever he wanted. And basically, on these tapes, you find out that he's been downplaying how terrible the coronavirus really was early in the game. Mm-hmm. So now, I guess it's just about that type of leadership style. He was saying he didn't want to cause panic, but his actions were saying that it was a hoax, it ain't real, or if it is real, we already curving it, it's going down, we should be done by April, we should be done by June, we should be done by the end of the summer. And look at us, just like you were saying earlier, we're steady climbing at the deaths. There's almost 200,000 deaths due to coronavirus in America alone, right? Mm-hmm. And he downplayed it. So now that's a big deal, trying to figure out, is this the effective type of leadership that you expected coming from this man? Also, what he say on them tapes? That white privilege is not real. Bob was drinking the Kool-Aid when he was trying to ask him, do he understand Black America's plight and why they're sitting in protest, and why is this because of the white privilege allows you to be in these positions? He told him basically, oh, you drinking the Kool-Aid. This dude now trying to play everything back and just trying to act like, you know what I'm saying, he was just doing something that Winston Churchill did back in the early World War I days. And the difference between what him and Winston did was, like, Winston at least told some people what was really going on. And he just said, just calm down, we're going to take care of it. Whereas though he was saying there's nothing wrong. I'm not wearing masks. I'm trying to show y'all that it's not that serious when people are dying and it's that serious. So I guess more so than what I'm saying at this point is, for me, it's time to get dude up out of here. My personal opinion. And I'm going to do whatever I can to get him up out of there. Period. I don't like it. I'm tired of having WTF moments with this guy and with this country when it comes to this. So yeah, he needs to go. And that's just my final say on that. Ladies?
Like we were talking about before, like, I'm just not surprised about things he says. I'm like numb to it, and that's really, really bad, because I should be more reactive. Like, I should be more reactive to it. But like you said, I mean, we have to show our distaste for him in November. And I'm just going to keep putting emphasis on the importance of voting. And if you don't like something, then you can vote people out. So like I said, vote.org, if you have any questions in regards to the options that are in place by your particular state, be sure to do that. Once again, vote.org, because Trump says something wild every week, every day. Mm-hmm. It's just starting to become like a daily thing for him. He always wants to be trending. So you just need to vote him out. Like you said, he needs to be gone as soon as possible. So once again, vote.org.
Yes. And when people show you who they are, believe them.
The first time.
Yes. And make sure you register to vote. And that's like, it's on brand. This is what, nothing shocks me anymore. Like, we've made it 4 years. We are resilient. We will continue to live on, and just got to keep voting. I don't know what else to say. None of it matters if we don't vote. So let's just turn it out. The election's in November.
Facts. Yeah. 51 days, people. 51 days. Look at our face. We're sick of it. 51 days. All right, just get there and figure it out. Help us. Help us, goddamn.
A lot of the
Everybody
voter
vote.
registration deadlines are coming up in October as well. So once again, the vote.org, they got all that information for
Yes.
you. So
Or
if you haven't registered to
iwillvote.com.
vote,
Say it again,
vote.com
Karen.
iwillvote.com.
Okay.
as well as vote.org.
Even, yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, also, oh my gosh, this is a new feature on Instagram. Oh, it's not a new feature. On Instagram, it at the top of your screen, usually it says like, vote something when you click on it, and then it has like all these different options and like, it's like a link for you to register to vote or figure out like what you're gonna do, like map out a plan. Yeah, so shout out to Instagram for that. And you can also find it like in your settings at the bottom. It just says vote, like vote. I wish I could like share my screen so you guys could see it. But
Yeah, I've been seeing it. As soon as you open your Instagram, you can't use it's literally there. So
yeah, it's like vote.
On top of that, it's like right there. You got no choice, none whatsoever.
Oh,
Well, look here. This has been beautiful. All right, it's been quick. This episode felt like a little quicker than the normal ones, but I guess that's just the way of the world right now, man. That's just the way of the world. But we definitely going to have more updates, more content next Saturday, same bat time. We should be on. Everybody gonna be here this Saturday. We ain't got nothing else to do, right?
listen, that's what we go into the week thinking that we're gonna be here every Saturday.
yeah, I'm gonna have a different location in the background.
Right. I don't know. I'm just making sure. But if we all still on schedule, then we'll be here next Saturday at 9 a.m. ready to drop you off with some
With the
more
new
dope
Drake
content.
album.
What happened?
Right?
With the new Drake album. I'm just kidding.
Drake got
That's
a
not
album?
funny. That's actually not
It was
funny.
in October.
Bruh, I was about to be
October's
dead.
not next week.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh man, you threw me off. You threw my exit
No,
off. Man.
wait,
I'm
did
so
you see
excited.
all of our faces? Did you see all of our faces? We're just like,
Yeah, like where'd that come from? Drake, what?
because laugh now, cry later. When I say that, it's like,
What did the gauge God do this time? That's all I was about to sit there and say, man. Now we about to, okay, you done got me hyped. Because you know that's my song, that Laugh Now Cry. You know that's my song right there. That's like slap. But
slap.
you know what I'm saying?
And tap on the head.
All that. So listen, but look, man, we about to go. I'm about to make me some oatmeal. I don't know what y'all about to do, but
I've talked to you.
this has been the Connect. Good morning.